Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Robmotive JT. Today it's maintenance day, or at least a look at the things that you should be looking at for the Jeep Gladiator. We're going to start under the hood, and then we're going to actually take care of one that most people probably forget about. I actually overlooked it myself. But first, we're just going to take a quick look under the hood. You should do this periodically, and I know if you don't know how to open the hood, you just pop the two side latches, pull the safety catch over, and then put your rod down if you don't have the hood struts like I do. But let's take a look under here. We're just looking for general things, just things you should, eye to make sure there's no leaks or craziness. First thing, you might want to check your battery terminals just to make sure they're not starting to corrode or anything crazy like that. That'll get you stranded somewhere if it gets bad enough. Next up, the filter. You just want to take a look. Of course, I have a cold air intake in mine. It's easily visible. You can see it through the window, of course. If you don't have one, then you probably would need to pull off the top and take a look at the engine air filter. That's what your engine needs to breathe, right? Next up, just going to look at some fluids. The old windshield wiper fluid. In here, you can see it right about down there. Or look at it from the top. I can see it in there. I might actually add a little bit there. The brake fluid over here. Take a look at the power steering fluid, all that kind of stuff. Make sure that it's level where it should be. Make sure your oil cap is tight. No reason it should be loose unless maybe you just had your service done and they didn't put it back on there tightly. And then lastly, we're going to go ahead real quick and take a look at the oil level to make sure that we obviously have enough oil in the Jeep. Now, before I do that, I'm going to add a little bit of fluid into the windshield wiper reservoir right there. Not difficult to do, of course. Pop your top and then just gently pour in. It's really not rocket science. But you will miss it if your windshield is pretty dirty and you don't have any. This actually is lower than I thought. It may take all that I have. It is going to take all that I have. Looks like I need to get some more. That fills it all the way up. It is quite a bit lower than I thought, so I'm glad I checked. Now I'm out. This stuff is winter formula. Given that it's 78 degrees here right now, I probably don't need that. It never really gets too cold here anyway. Another not too complicated thing. Again, you can do these things at home. There's no reason to pay somebody to do this. But just go ahead, pull out your dipstick and wipe it off. You want to wipe it off, of course, the first time. I know this is trivial to some, but there are folks out there who have never done this who might be interested in checking it out. Now, if you look at the gauge, the marks here, you can see this would be where you don't want it to be, and this would be where you do want it to be, right in between at the upper level. So go ahead, push it all the way back in. There's always a controversy. Should you leave it at the top? Should you push it all the way down? I always push it all the way down. I think it's the right way to do it. Let's pull it back out, take a look, see what we actually have. All right, you can see it is full. Might be more full than necessary. I don't think so. Looks like it's right about right. That's good. Might check to see how dirty or not the oil is. Easy to see on a white cloth. It's not too bad. Might be starting to get a little bit dirty, but not too bad. So go ahead, pop that in. Make sure you push it all the way back down, of course. And that's it. That's all there really is as far as checking under the hood. Now, this other piece that we have to replace that I was a little remiss on is right down here. It is the in-cab air filter. When I pulled mine out, it had never been changed, and I'm not the original owner of the truck, so it makes sense. It'd been a while since it had been looked at, I guess. But these I got on Amazon, and there will be a link down below if you want to check them out. This one's a little bit different than the stock one in that it is charcoal infused, it looks like. So it should clean the air out even better. Okay, as far as putting it in here, you do have to lower the glove box because where it goes is actually right back behind there. Now, over on the side, there is a little clip that fits down in here. I can't remember if it's at the top or the bottom. I believe it's at the bottom. So you kind of want to push up a little bit to release it from the hinge over here. All right, it actually pulls towards you. So you want to pull up on this. That releases it from its own holder, if you will. Pops right out via this little clip that's right down here. And then you want to push in on the edges. Actually, the way this works, it's held in at the top. So you want to push it up at the top up here. That lets it down. Now, hopefully nothing is looking at you once you get this off, because that would be rather terrifying. There is a cover in here. Let's see if I can show you guys. Right here, it's a little squeeze thing. You want to squeeze that in and then pull this towards you. There's a little arm on that side that fits in against the far edge of the passenger side. So, set that thing down. And here's the filter. Notice it does have arrows on it showing the airflow. So you want to put the other one in the same way, assuming it has the same symbol on it. And then just kind of pull it out. And that's about it. Now, if you look at mine, I had kind of shaken it off a little bit when I checked it a little while back. But you'll notice it does start to get some junk inside. That looks like some kind of insect wing. But it was quite dirty when I pulled it out before. So, now, get rid of that. We're going to go ahead and put the new one in. Let's see if it has the marks on it. It does not. It does have the part number on it though. And I don't see any marks showing up or down. So, we're going to go ahead and see if we can't squeeze it in there like the other one. Okay, there we go. We got it in. It is a pretty tight fit, I'll say. Now, we want to go ahead and put the arm back in there. Let's see, it's going to go this way. And that's it. That puts it back in. Now, go ahead and put the glove box back up. You want to push this little flap here underneath like so. Bring the arm back down. Line it up with the hole. And then push it back down. You'll hear a snap like that. That's all there is to it. That is it. The simplest maintenance that you can do yourself. You know, what did that take? About 5 minutes maybe, especially if I wasn't filming it. Pretty simple to do, just some little things, some Jeep Gladiator maintenance that you can do yourself just to keep it running the way that it should be, or at least breathing the way that it should be. Leave a comment, let me know. Do you do these things yourself, or do you just wait till you take it in for that oil change and let the shop do it? I'd be curious to know, be honest. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Mod Driven, all about the Honda Civic, and Rob Motive, all about the Toyota Tacoma. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? And while you're at it, smash the subscribe button here too. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.